Hi traders, so in today's video I will show you an RSI strategy. Now in this series I want to show you strategies that are manually tradable, so you don't need an EA for it to trade with the strategy. And I will show you strategies that are simple but at the same time efficient and backtested, not just for a couple months, and they are I backtest them with 99.9% tick data. And if you don't know what it is, I will make a video on it soon, and I will put the link in the description how you can get that high quality tick data that is absolutely crucial to actually test a strategy. If you want to test strategies, of course. If not, it's not necessary. And I test all these strategies for you with that tick data, so you don't have to, but I recommend it because high quality tick data testing is, in my opinion, one of the keys to successful trading. So let's see the strategy. Now, in this video, I will show you a strategy that is only using RSI, the relative strength index. And it is because I bashed so many, I talked in very bad terms about RSI in the past, but I've talked about in good, terms as well. But overall, RSI is an indicator that too many traders are using just because everybody else is using this indicator, and mostly beginners because they don't know anything about the market. And it is actually a huge thing when you're a beginner that you get to know some indicators and use them, and not just enter the market with random, just randomly. But the markets are just a very cruel place where it is just insanely hard to succeed, and you have to test with high quality tick data, to forward test. You have to do every kind of, you have to secure your funds and use stop loss and dynamic exits, and you have to follow those rules, because if you don't follow them, if you have a losing streak, you won't just lose 5-10% or less, but you will use an entire account, and that many traders do. And you have to remember that there are winning strike and losing strikes as well, and this is the reason why we test our EAs so heavily and our manual strategies, because this way we already know what is the worst scenario that can happen, and the market won't just it won't, we will look at the market in a different way. So let's see the strategy. Now this strategy contains 3 RSIs, actually 3 RSIs, and the entry strategy, and the exit strategy is using 1 RSI and a plus filter that I add to every one of my strategies, and it works really, really good. And it just adds to the strategies like real, not just percents, but even 10% to the overall profitability in years term to the strategies. So I will talk about that too. If you are watching my channel already, you know these things, but there are beginners to every one of my videos, because I just started this channel, so I will talk about this. Let's see. Now the entry rule is basically really simple. It is using 3 RSIs, and you can only enter the market if all of the 3 conditions are met. So the first condition is that the 5 period and moving, and now I have to tell you that don't ever use the default I would say just the default periods and settings of the indicators, because everybody else is using those and they're just not profitable anymore, because too many people are just using those periods and settings, and it is so predictable that it isn't working. It's just you know, the market adapted to it is just inefficient, and maybe it was successful in the 80s, but now it is not. So you have to test immensely with this if you are trading with one indicator or two, you know, or just indicators, and use different periods if you want to be successful with a strategy that you create and you want to trade the real markets with it. So that's why we are using different period RSIs, if you would ask that. So the first RSI is a 5 period, and the 5 period RSI has to be above 84. That's a high number. The 10 period RSI has to be above 55. So here is another interesting part where we have a third condition that is kind of different than the you know, the previous two, because they had to be above, you know, a value, and this had to be below a certain value, and it adds a value to the strategy as well if you use ranges with you know, these kind of oscillators. So the third condition is that the RSI, the 25 period one, has to be below 60, and I will show you this this example and how we enter the market. So as you see, somewhere here, you know, we enter the market somewhere here, and if you take a look at the 5 period RSI, you see that it crossed above the value that it has to cross above, and then if you take a look at the 10 period RSI, you see that at that moment, at the same time as the 5 period RSI was above 84, it was above, well above, actually, yeah, it was well above 55. And let's take a look at the third condition as well, because that is really important to follow all the conditions, of course. The third condition is that the 25 period RSI has to be below 60, and if you take a look at it, at this moment it was below 60, so we could take this trade, and it is basically a perfect spot to take this trade, and as you see, it was a really successful one. And of course, this is a video series where I show you actually the data, the real tick data of this strategy. So basically it works in a way that I code these strategies that I show you in this video series, and then I run a backtest with my high quality tick data that I bought, and I run that backtest with slippage, spread, and commission that I've never seen anyone else you know, did, and then I show you the data and analyze it and show you real time the test. And it is, I think, really important, because I didn't just, you know, you know, grabbed a trend line and just, you know, this is the strategy, and, you know, it is not bullshit, because I see many channels just doing that and just so bullshit, just random trades. Because if you just, the problem is with those that they don't consider that there will be, for example, a ranging market, and in a ranging market, if you want to trade like trends and stuff, it will fucking blow your account, because you know, it is the hardest part in a strategy where you want to secure your strategy from to not blow your account when there is a ranging market. The trend trading strategy, you know, it is extremely hard, and that is the reason why most people you can find great entries to trends, but when a ranging market comes, you always blow your account, and that is not how you should trade, because it's not profitable. So that's why I added a few parameters to it, to just for security reasons. It is not the most complex strategy, but I will talk about every kind of strategies that you can use and combine and stuff. And I want to make this channel to a base for strategies that you can actually try out and that are back tested. So let's see. So the buy, trade, exit is really simple. It is basically one RSI, because I didn't want to really just confuse everybody with some insane strategy that you can't follow. You can't follow manually. I want you to to build some discipline and some knowledge, and just in trading, and it will be really beneficial if you try out these strategies and just analyze the market and gather that sweet knowledge that you want to have for a successful trading career. So basically we have a 25 period RSI, relative strength index, and it has to cross above the 70 value. Let's see. And before I show you that it was the perfect spot to exit for us with this strategy, because exit strategies are actually more important than entry strategies, and I will make a video series about proving that mathematically with algorithms. It's really interesting. But first, let's see. Dynamic exits, in other words, exit strategies, are, in my opinion, and based on like thousands of tests that I did with EA strategies, for companies, it is just more important than entry, because if you enter at a really good place, but your exit strategy is bad, you will fail. But if you enter at a pretty bad place, but your exit strategy is really, really good, you can secure your account, and actually, in most cases, you can even exit profitable. So it is just that many people only think about the entry and they don't have an exit plan. And if you want to be a successful trader, write it down. You have to have an exit plan. So basically, all strategies that I post here and I test have this, and I use this all of my EAs and my strategies as well myself. Has this parameter that X amount of minutes, have passed since entry, and then you can close the trade with this condition. So this condition is the first in a hierarchy, and after this condition, here comes the the indicator or price action or other kinds of the technical condition. So I just calculated it for you, so it is simple. And of course, now we are using the 1 hour time frame, so it is this let's say 61 candles or 61 hours after we enter the trade. And as you see, it just crossed above 70, so we could close this trade, and it is a in my opinion, it is a really nice trade, and it was just one of my favorite trades with this strategy. There are many great trades when I tested this strategy, but I don't want to make a 3-hour video, so I explain the strategy with 1 or 2 trades on TradingView, and then I show you the real data where all the strategies combined and how that all worked out at the end. So yeah, this is the buy setup. Let's see the sell setup now. Let's see the strategy. So we have the first condition, and that is the 5-period RSI, and it has to be below 29. And if you take a look at this, this whole range is just perfect for this trade. Let's see the second condition. The second condition is a 10-period RSI, and it has to be below 33. And if you take a look at, you know, basically these two indicators are just perfect. This whole area is just perfect for us. So here the main thing will be the third condition, and that is the 25-period RSI, and it has to be above 25. You know, and it is, let's see here somewhere. Yeah, this whole area is basically good for us to trade as well, because just after this spot it will go below the level that we want to trade, and we want to trade here. So it is just great, and there all our conditions met, and we could actually enter a sell position. Now let's see. We have a pretty easy sell trade exit as well. We have a 25-period RSI, and it has to cross below the 40 value, and it, you know, the X amounts of minutes, just it is a must to follow, because if you don't follow this rule, you will blow your account. And it is so funny that so simple things can change the profitability of a strategy so much. And when I test all kinds of strategies that, you know, traders send me, or companies, you know, or anything, and when I add this parameter, and I optimize the data, and it really adds to the strategy. So it is the first in the hierarchy, and if this was completed, after that you can actually go and close the trade if the second condition, that is the RSI condition, was completed. So let's see. Basically what we want is that it has to cross below, and yeah, here it happened. So here we could close the trade. All these strategies that I'm showing you, I just grabbed randomly from the test that I did with the algorithm, the completely automated algorithm. So I don't just sketch these and just, you know, show you some bullshit, as I said before in the buy setup. And so yeah, it is basically, I basically said everything about the sell entry and sell exit strategy as well. Follow both, because if you just follow one of these, you will, you know, if you basically, I show you, for example, if you were just in a situation, you know, it is in profit, okay, but you know, our condition was nowhere near, and here it was, you know, oh man, you you were just thinking that, yeah, maybe I have to close this trade because this is just not that good, and you know, you have that urge to grab the money and run, and you'd have closed this trade somewhere here. And as you see, of course, all trades are different, because, you know, I saw cases where you would have closed these trades here, and actually our condition just with our condition, the x minutes past condition, you would made like 5 times more. But so people tend to just focus on one condition, and they tend to just don't care about the other ones, and it is a bad idea, because then why I tested this strategy for you, and if you can't follow a simple rule, then you have to work on it. So now I show you the real data test. So let's see. Now we are here in the MT4, and as you see, I'm using tick data, and not just every tick data, but the highest quality that is available in the markets. And it is a company who are just providing this platform that if you install, it will build itself into MT4. And it is just great because I can just select which broker's tick data I want to use. I can see which data's high quality tick data is 99.9%, and I will use that, and which is the best and with no errors and stuff. So for a developer and trader like myself, it is just so worth it. Yeah. And I have no affiliation or anything with this company, and I just really like this. So let's see. Start this backtest, because I've already talked a lot, but I just want to get to everything, because after these videos, many traders, come to me and ask questions, and it seems like they have so many questions still. And so I want to tell you everything that I know. Man, it's awesome. Okay, let's go. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so now I will run this test. Basically, you will see that with this strategy, we have a good risk to reward ratio on average, and our average and biggest profitable trades and losing trades ratio is very good as well. And we follow the x minutes past order, of course, because it is a completely automated system, so we can't will not follow it. And yeah, this strategy works. I recommend to use it on the major currencies if that is, I think, a good way to use it. I wouldn't recommend it on exotic ones and stuff, because to me they're just too volatile, and with oscillators there's a high probability to blow the account. So as you see, it is pretty good even with 99.9% tick data. Man, this is very good. Of course, we have losing trades as well. I don't want to I want to show, I don't want to just bullshit, of course. So, but a very few actually. Until this point, it is not that many. So, and most of the time, on average, our winning trades are larger than our losing trades, and that is key as well. So yeah, let's see. Now I will just show you the statistics. As you see, our drawdown is nothing too big. It is a moderate drawdown. Our short positions that we won are considerably high amount that we lost. And if you take a look at that, our largest profit trade is somewhere 2 times than our largest loss trade, and we have a pretty good risk to reward ratio, because our risk to reward ratio is not like like with all the scalpers that are using like 300 pips on stop losses and just 2 pips on take profit, and then your risk to reward ratio will be so bad that you can't even use that strategy and it will blow the account definitely. And basically it almost 80% trades won. This is awesome. Yeah. And now take a look at the buy trades as well, because MT4 has an option. If you saw, I guess you spotted it, that we have 0 long positions, and it is because I used short only, and it is because I really like to show you some perspective, some different perspective, that most people just test their strategies in a really, I think barbaric way. So they don't look at the details, they just look at one thing and just profit ratio or some win rate or these kind of things, and it is just not the full picture. So now I will show you the combined result, and let's see the test. Because this channel is all about just to actually show stuff, and not just because with many channels there are good channels as well, YouTube, but many channels I see, when I test their strategies actually and I code them because I'm interested in them, or some clients of mine just come to me that, oh, that's a great strategy, looks like a great strategy, test it for me. And when I code it and test it on real tick data with variable spread and stuff, what I usually see is that they didn't put too much attention to the real details. And so I want to so for example, with the buy setup, we have, in my opinion, we have more losing trades, but as well we have more trades that are way bigger. So in my opinion, at the end, even if we have more losing trades, we will have some even better risk to reward ratio when we added the buy trades as well. And so yeah, let's see. I'm really curious now. Of course, I've already tested it, but when I do these videos, I do so much stuff that it is a little bit to retest these strategies for you guys. When I do these videos, I just take a look at it as I would see it the first time, because it is, I think the experience is much better this way. Let's see. So yeah, we have a slightly higher risk to reward, so we have a basically better risk to reward ratio, and of course our largest profitable trade is like it is just much larger than our biggest loss trade. And if you take a look at this, in my opinion, when we used the only sell trades, that was great as well, but really great. But when we added the buy trades, I think it is a good combination this way. And so this strategy actually works better with combined so sell and buy trades combined. And it is just an interesting perspective that not many YouTubers and traders do, and I wanted to show you this. So yeah, try this strategy and tell me in the comments how it worked, and yeah, I will make more interesting details and analysis. Ciao.